What's going on, everybody? We're back today playing some more Darkest Dungeon. And I've got a fun one, I think, for you guys. We're going to do a double Plague Doctor build in the ruins. So, it's going to be tough. It's a medium-length, veteran-level dungeon. We've got a bunch of level 2s here. So this might be tough, but we're compensating with some really powerful relics. Just a quick look at the loadout. Heal build, obviously, on the Occultist. We've got auxiliary healing on both of our Plague Doctors, so Battlefield Medicine on both of them. This setup is more for being in the kind of second position. We can't use Battlefield Medicine, but we can use it if we get shuffled around. It might be better just to use Emboldening Vapors, perhaps. You know what? We might have to unlock that. But for the moment, let's keep it like that, just in case. You never know when you're going to get shuffled around, and it's nice to have abilities that you can use in any rank. We've got healing here. More standard Noxious Blast, Plague Grenade, and Blinding Gas for a backline run. And then, because skeletons don't usually bleed, we took off If It Bleeds, even though it's very good against the cultists. And we're going to instead go for the stun with Yop. Get a little backline pressure with Iron Swan. And some more self-healing there in case we need it. So I think this is a pretty strong group, even though they're slightly under-leveled. But to guarantee they're strong enough, let's go in here and upgrade their equipment. So battle-tested glaive. And fresh leather and furs. Alright, everyone else is maxed out. Let's go in here and check out their skills. I was going to say, I have a feeling this is going to be slightly expensive because she needs upgrades like crazy. Iron Swan. The accuracy is what's important. And Yop goes up quite a bit. So the damage modifier, the negative damage stays the same. Accuracy goes up. Okay. Could consider using Breakthrough. It's a really good clear move, but it's only usable from the second row. So let's just use the heal. Okay. Emboldening Vapors. May not get much stronger than that. We do want to upgrade these though. Yeah. He's fully upgraded because we picked him up already upgraded from the stagecoach. And with that, I think we're good to go. Is there anyone else that we want to stick in here? Spend a little bit of money and fix him up. Let's see what Behemoth has. Curious. Wow, he also has Faded and Gifted. And Daredevil. Damn. These are so good. These might be the best flagellant quirks I could even think of. Daredevil is unbelievable. On a flagellant. Because half the time you want to play him from Death's Door, and if his dodge goes up, you add this to it, so then he gets another 20 dodge at Death's Door. So that's just a pure bonus 35 dodge. I'm doing it. Behemoth is going to be a monster late game. And those particular quirks and getting rid of Curious is just kind of a side benefit before it gets locked in. It's not very expensive. We spent a little there, but we can kind of offset the cost maybe a little bit by selling some of these relics or these items we know we're not going to use. Just a few of them. We don't need to sell off everything. This could be great. The 40% bleed skill chance, I mean, so I'm thinking about using something like this in the Crimson Court. But like everything in there is already pretty prone to bleeding. I'll hold on to that for now. Might be worth selling later. But that's it. Let's embark. Wish me luck. It's kind of an experimental type run. We're going to trigger All Saints Day. We have to gather some holy relics. And we may want to slightly over-provision, seeing as how this is a less strong group. Not too much over-provision. Maybe one extra shovel. Extra torch. Call that good. Yeah, that's all we need. Sometimes it could be useful to bring in one blood just in case you get infected. You'll have the ability to give some blood. But a lot of times the same fights that give you the curse can provide the blood you need for the first feeding.
There is power in symbols. Collect the scattered scraps of faith and give comfort to the masses.
Alright. A scout here would have been very beneficial. We could do something like this and then shoot across. We definitely don't want to backtrack, so let's do that. We'll do like this. That might be better. That brings us down like every hallway, which is not necessary. We just need to visit every room. Actually, you know what? No, it could be necessary to go through the hallways because they can spawn in the hallway, I do believe. And right off the bat, we get shuffled. Damn. That's very bad. Not very resistant to blight, but pretty resistant to stunning. But we do have the Witch's Vial here to give us increased stun chance. Perfect. So we might be able to undo this ridiculously bad start. We won't be able to use Yop. Fortunate miss.
Their
Yeah, let's
formation
get her out of there.
broken. Maintain
Now
the
we can
offensive.
focus on this guy. Jesus. Okay. She can heal herself. That's 15 bleed. Crit heal. Awesome. Bleed's gone. She gets 6 HP and she gets a huge buff. Another stun here is clutch. And the Occultist is a really good combo with the Hellion. Because if you ever accidentally give her the bleed, she'll just heal it off of herself. Works great. Stack some blight. No, resisted it. Okay. Good damage. We are using the candle. Stack some more bleed, maybe? How much do we have? 6? If we can land this, we've got the kill, I think. Yeah, that's a dead guy. Nice. Free stress relief.
The slow death.
Alright, that could have gone very poorly.
Unforgiving.
But that gives me a lot more confidence in this group, seeing how they handle a situation like that. That wasn't the most, like, DPS heavy group, but it still could have been bad. Let's get some treasure.
Packs laden with loot are often low on supplies.
Alright, the madman's got to go first. Alright, here comes the movement again. Damn. Haunt really needs to be in the back line. And Horror is going to do work against us. Let's Yop here, prevent some damage. If we prevent a lot of damage, we can use our occultist more offensively. But yeah, we really want to get rid of the Madman ASAP. Let's go for the stone. Still alive. We'll hit this guy, we guarantee his death. Big damage there. I don't like spreading the damage out as much as we have. We're not able to do what I want to do every time we get shuffled like this.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
And very soon we're going to have a resolve check. Very good. And that cleared out the corpse as well.
A death by inches.
The Madman's dodge is really high, 29. Not easy to hit. And we've missed a lot of chances. If he bleeds there, he's dead, which is great.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
Whew, down they go. And we pick up a sickening satchel.
So clearly in view. Or is it merely a trick of the light?
Well, we have lots of extra shovels. I'm inclined to get rid of them. Probably for the portraits.
The match is struck.
Actually, we've got extra food.
A blazing star is born.
Let's pick that up. And the satchel can go on the ground. Sadly, we don't have any laudanum. Damn. Okay, thank goodness. So, we need to remember that he has the desire, or she does, Pont, the desire to look at books. So curious. Yeah, almost forgot to do that. Torchlight high, no unnecessary stress. And more loot for us. I don't know how much we'll be able to carry out of here, though.
Trinkets and baubles. Paid for in blood.
Let's toss the 2 extra shovels. Alright, we needed a scout. That's going to be super helpful. Alright, there's a quest location there. Let's read the journal page. The blackest of fates, 2 out of 5. In that same instant, we found ourselves in a place of suffocating dark, facing a creature that defies description, and whose recollection caused my quill to jump and shudder. It is a merciful, only fragments of our battle remain in my psyche. Oh yeah, okay. I've read this before, but it's pretty terrifying. Think the scene from the opening cinematic. We're the only one who makes it out alive. Is our ancestor. Start stacking blight on this thing. On the bone bulwark. Our biggest problem here might just be that we're too slow because of our group. see what he can do from the third position. Okay, he can still use his slash. Great dodge. So that's a guaranteed kill now. Great, and Flay Grenade goes through stealth, that's good to know.
Them all.
Big money, that's all we needed, and we're good to go now.
The
we can start dropping heals on ourselves.
Can be healed, but never hidden. Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
This guy is as good as dead, so we can take a second here to just use whatever heals we have. Okay, I mean that's 6 damage worth of bleed, that sucks. And dead next turn. Let's get rid of her bleed. Cheese the fight just a little bit. You know what, let's get the kill, maybe we get some stress relief.
As the fiend falls,
there we go.
Faint hope blossoms.
And now we have some interesting choices here. Tempted to get rid of the medicinal herbs. And definitely the jade. I honestly think we can leave one blood behind. We're getting kind of close to being able to make the vintners. Oh, we're gonna have to pick up one more thing too. Oh no. Okay. What do we get rid of? Perhaps bandages. And that is a perfect scout for us. Now we know we don't have to walk that way. There's still maybe something in this corner though. Okay. No reason to interact with that, I don't think. I know if we use a torch, we get, you know, full light, even if we're down to 0. And I know if we use medicinal herbs, we get treasure, but I think you can still get something, even using bare hands on it. Probably best case, or worst case scenario is we just get blighted or something like that.
The light, the promise of safety.
Alright, that's unfortunate.
Carelessness will find no clemency in this place.
We're doing great. So we can use a shovel. Oh no. That is annoying. Okay, we can't bring you to the ruins. That would have been treasure for us. We could have used the shovel or the key on that. Not that we have a lot of room for treasure, but treasure it was. As long as she doesn't do it again. Alright, let's use a shovel. I don't think one gives higher quality loot than the other. So we know pretty much where the quest is. It's going to be in this hallway. Can't miss it. And if our stress gets any higher after this room, we'll probably rest. We may honestly want to not use any torches. See if we can make it through the next few battles with lower torchlight. I think we can. As long as we kill the Bone Noble quickly. Tempting Goblin's going to mess with our stress level significantly.
Obliterated.
Six damage on that. Let's go for the stun here. Awesome. Very good. mean, this is kind of what we've been wanting to do. This guy's dead. See if we can't land another stun despite the buffs. And we did. Play grenade the back, simply because we know that she can kill this guy.
Soothed. Sedated.
Boy, that's not worth it.
Slowly. Gently. This is how a life is taken.
Alright, super dead. Now let's heal her and get rid of that bleed. They're all very good combos with the occultist. Being able to get rid of their own bleeds. Let's just heal. And more important than this is definitely the busts. We need busts. What do I get rid of for that? Maybe holy water, but there's almost certainly going to be some cool stuff we can interact with. Maybe we just use the torches?
The way is lit. The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
Damn. And she touched the book. That's pretty bad. And see if we can get maybe to this room instead. Depending on how rough this fight goes. We could very easily see some negative checks here. If we're not able to stop the madman from attacking.
Well struck.
Excellent crit. Nope. Accusation on the exact target we didn't want it on. Good kill. Let's do it. I think this is enough to get rid of him. Oh, we're 1 damage shy. It's going to be up to the occultist to make sure that kill is had. Damn, never mind. He's just dead next turn. But that's going to be a check. Let's hope for something good. Oh no, it's not. Totally missed him. Okay. Or her. I keep saying him. When they wear the mask like that and they turn the other way, it's kind of hard to tell. Irrational. That's not good.
Reeling, gasping, taken over the edge into madness.
See if she'll just start healing herself. Just need this skeleton boy to come out of stealth, and we can mess his day up. We may be able to get the stress down to 0. I might be too optimistic, but I think we can. Depending on what kind of camping skills we have. Staunch the bleeding and get me leeches. Okay. Pass. Alright. What is this debuff?
Mount,
we can't get rid of that, I don't think, without medicinal herbs. Let's camp.
A moment of respite. A
Wow.
chance to steel oneself.
That is
against
horrible.
the coming horrors.
Yeah, I don't know how we're going to get rid of it now that we can't help out there. See if we can heal her. Yeah. Okay. Experimental vapors is pretty sweet. This prevents nighttime ambush, but drives our stress up even more. It may be worth it. Simply because any fight that we would get ambushed in would be like in the dark. People would get shuffled. The odds of us getting more and more stressed are really high. Lower our accuracy and speed, but decrease our stress by 20 on everyone. That might be worth it. Inhale this, it should make you feel much better. Yeah. It's hard to give things to someone who's irrational or has any negative trait whatsoever. It's just kind of a risk.
In Radiance, may we find victory.
With any luck, though, we'll be able to get out of here quickly. We're going to leave the gems behind. We have enough food for one more hunger check.
Finding the stuff is only the first test. Now it must be carried home.
Okay. Something we've read already. Keep on going. This is the type of fight I'm looking to see right now.
Destroyed.
Very good. Now we can clear the corpses and drag them to the front. He went for the stun, but didn't land it.
Masterfully executed.
And that's death, so let's try and heal her. And I think we just have to pass.
Brought low and driven into the mud.
Do we? We'll pick up the gold, but only because we're going to have to dump a bunch of stuff to make sure we have room for the quest items anyway. So there's one of them, thankfully, and I forgot to switch our party. Damn, that messes us up. Messes me up. Note to self, though, always bring stress relief in the ruins.
Annihilated.
That was beautiful. I was concerned about her accuracy being lower. So we're fighting a bone commander, 33% protection, crushing blow and ground pound, but we're also fighting, I think this is the first time we see a bone spearman. Great dodges. Pretty low move resistance, but we didn't land it. Put as much blight as we can on this thing. Its protection is really strong.
A devastating blow.
Very good. So we lowered its accuracy. Good. Good to know. Nice. What kind of stack are we looking at? 18. Dead next turn. It hit us and crit us, even with the minus 18 accuracy. Feels bad. But we can spend this turn just healing up. it
Their
did.
cursed champion falls.
Very good. And we're going to toss the anti-venoms. Pick up that next relic. And then, without a doubt, what lies beyond this gilded ornament. I can't even believe they have a, like, something written for that. Please give me that quest curio soon. It's in the last room, y'all. It's going to be pitch black by the time we get there. What do we have? A 70, a 60, a 45, and a 50. Well done, Stanley. Would have been nice to pick up a torch or something there. And they're going to try and push her to a heart attack. And she's going to put us prematurely in blackness.
Decimated.
Nice. That's what we need. We also need heals. Watch, it's gonna make her bleed too. Yeah, saw that coming. We gotta do this. Almost can't even believe that, but I can because I've played a lot of Darkest Dungeon. This run has felt like one cataclysmic failure after the other.
Such a terrible assault.
If she goes to
cannot be
200,
left
which she
unanswered.
just did, she's now had a heart attack. The next blow could be fatal. We've got to heal her. Damn. It's not a good move either. The best we can do is try and clear the corpses. Make them move closer to us. Missing twice with that is just brutal. There goes our light. We're now fighting in the dark. Big numbers. There we go. So not quite a kill yet. Let's just finish her. Perfect. And if we get to go first, maybe we can do something else. Another good heal. Healing is the disease, I tell you. Okay. At least it didn't completely waste our turn, and we could still heal ourselves.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Don't worry, Wayne. I'm not feeling confident at all right now. We get our key back. Some gold we don't really need. We haven't needed a single shovel yet. Tempting to toss out something, but we don't really have to. Let's just keep going. Just cross our fingers that the last room is not a big battle.
And now, the darkness holds dominion.
Still, best
Black
bet is
as
going to be
death.
Stanley. She comes through again. Okay, so we have one more battle. And this time we walk into a
Mechanical
trap.
hazards, possessed by evil intent.
Okay. Some good luck here. Cross your fingers I don't get punished for that. Could be a hunger tile right at the end. Thank goodness. Alright, everyone's in correct position. And it's not a battle. Thank God. Okay, let's drop. I don't know which one is worth more. It doesn't matter.
Wealth beyond measure. Awarded to the brave and the foolhardy alike.
That went as bad as it could have gone, basically, without us
Tokens
having a
of
catastrophic loss.
Recovered from the encroaching dark.
But I am stressed out from that. We pick up an Eldritch Slayer's ring. We did get plenty of heirlooms. I mean, that's cool. Busts are what we wanted. And all of these level 2s made it up to level 3 without dying. And of course we pick up all these diseases after we leave, when they actually can heal themselves. When we were camping, we could have removed all of our own diseases, but...
Take advantage of this faith-fueled charity. It will not last.
And we needed that. We needed these 3 things to be free, because we've got so many stressed out people now. But unfortunately, we've got to come in here. You know what? Let's do the diseases later. Let's come into the Abbey. I really don't want to use the busts. So you know what? We'll just do this instead. It's rough not to take advantage of the free stress heal. Is there anyone else who's slightly stressed that we might use? Looks like Clinchamps is the most stressed out of everyone. Okay, don't need anything there. It's runs like those that make me feel the most like I'm playing this game. Every time I have an easy run, it kind of makes you lulled into a false sense of security. Like this game is easy or something, and it's not. Bad things can happen pretty much all the time. So I think we need 80 busts for the Vintners. Which honestly, every week that goes by that we don't have someone infected becomes less and less of a necessity. But there's no way we make it to the next, or through the next portion of the courtyard without that being a real thing that we need to be concerned about. If we go into, let's just do this real quick and provision. So we have 22 blood. That's honestly enough for a while, considering we'll pick up more. So what I'm thinking is basically we can make use of one of our blueprints now. Potentially, something like the granary. Getting free food and making our food eating better. Puppet theater would be nice, so that essentially we never have to pay for stress healing again. We're pretty close to both. If we were to do something like, let's just see, portraits for bust gives us 15. It's quite a bit actually. So 15 and 16. So we're looking at an extra 31. Are we really one away? I don't want to trade shards. Shards are going to be much more valuable for us. let's do it. Let's make the vintners now and start stacking up as much blood as we can. And there it is. Happy to build it, and we still have one more blueprint. Hard to know what it's going to be. It might end up being the puppet theater, since we just have kind of a glut of crests. But I would like to get the granary or the cartographer's map. I think these are both better than perhaps the puppet theater. Check out some of the other ones down here. We can make the Jester's Hall, or the Performance Hall rather. Perhaps not quite worth it. The Jester is great. So the Jester has a home, I think, at the higher end of the spectrum. Like, he has a home in the longest dungeons that you do, because you have to have stress relief to do those types of dungeons. He also has a great place in the farmstead, where you're trying to go infinite, so you have to have huge sources of stress relief and buffs, which is like all he does. And he's great because he causes AoE bleed and stress in the epic length dungeons. So, I mean, upgrading this right now, I don't hate it. It just, the benefits aren't super important yet, and it's not like we have a ton of blueprints. So let's just hold on to our last one. Did I unequip? I think I did in sort, yeah. So we're good to go with this. I don't necessarily need this item. We have the better version of it here, the Ethereal Crucifix. But let's see what opened up for us. So we can now go and kill the Necromancer, which is a real fight. We would definitely take a real group to go and do that. That would give us the Berserk Mask, which really buffs up the damage on the Leper. This is definitely a fight where we want to take a strong group. I don't necessarily want to take level 5s. I hate taking guys that are like over leveled. I find that kind of takes the fun out of it sometimes. But we can balance it out by taking a level 3. Let's bring a Boisette maybe. Can we bring Nanami? We can. I thought the level restrictions were a bit stricter than it appears, but I guess not. We can bring some slightly higher level people to this fight if we would like. Who else might we bring? Someone in the back? Maybe Clinchamps? We want to have some really strong single target. Indestructible. I like that. So we want our Unholy. Killing stuff like Smite, that does good damage versus the Unholy. So does Holy Lance in case you get shuffled. I like having AoE though with Hue plus Accusation. It's a strong group. Holy Lance. Man, I did say that I wanted to try and do like perhaps a battle vestal. That would be cool. We'd have to spend a lot to level her up, and I'd have to completely rethink the party. It would basically mean taking out Xenophon, putting her here, and then putting someone else in the back. Maybe someone like Triari? We don't really want the movement though. It would really just be for like Blight, Poison Dart, plus Thrown Dagger, repeated ad nauseum. So what does the build look like? So we want Mace Bash. Well, let me see. I don't remember actually if it's Boisette or Nanami who has... We have Unholy Slayer and Precise Striker. But I don't want to take her simply because she's already level 6. She's maxed out. So let's just do what we're doing here. We don't need the D-Stealth. What we want is Hand of Light. Alright, let's go and unlock that. Make sure we've got everything we want here. Alright. Let's check out what it is kind of in its final form. So plus 30% damage versus Unholy. Not bad. We want to unlock Hand of Light, which buffs her damage and accuracy. Let's see how it is when it's fully upgraded. So, pretty big buff there. 33% damage and 9 accuracy. I like it. And then Cat is good already. So, let us remove Illumination, Hand of Light. And we still have access to Divine Comfort if we need it. How are everyone's upgrades? Looking about as good as we can get. Anything else I want to do? Okay, Sanitarium. Let's look into this a little bit. I'm checking to see if there's anything that's particularly bad that's not locked in already. Obsessed with Killing. I'm not really sure what that does. On Guard is awesome. All of these are pretty good. Obsessed with Sainthood. You know what, let's hook up our boy Jake. Spend some serious money on him. Natural Swing is great, but these aren't bad at all. Ashen. Ashen's pretty bad on him because he can cause bleed on himself. Gifted's okay. We can lock that in on Zeke. And we just spent a small fortune there, but I think it's alright. Okay, let's see what items we need to have for the Battle Vestal. I'm really not sure if we have exactly what we need. Having both of these would be awesome. Both parts of this. So 15% damage in melee. I think all of her abilities count as melee. This one's ranged. And these, actually this one's ranged as well. So just the Mace Bash gets bonuses from that. Might not be quite as good as I thought, considering we have some pure damage buffs like Dismas's Head. Berserk Charm could be great. So Berserk Charm, and we're worried about our accuracy. Even though she can kind of buff her own, this gives us tons of accuracy and crit, but lowers our dodge. I think these two work well together. There's so many good Vestal items that we don't have right now. Let's go for the protection here. Stress relief. I like the Blight skill chance because I think that's what we're going to rely on the most. But we can just purely do damage here. Give her the damage and stress reduction. So she just suffers from a little bit loss of HP. But she can handle it. Arbalisters have a lot more HP than most others of the range variety. They're tankier. I think that's okay. I might be missing something obvious, but I don't think that's that bad. Could think about just doing a ton of damage, giving him the Brawler's Gloves, and then maybe like the Martyr Seal. But this is fine. Let's not think about it too much. Let's provision, because if I sit here thinking, you know, episode will be over. Over provision on boss fights, just kind of the way to go. We're not going to take too many anti-venoms. That didn't serve us very well last time. I still don't hate having an excess of holy waters, even though we didn't use them. And maybe a laudanum or two could be good here. Yes, I like it. Okay, let's embark.
I entertained a delegation of experts from overseas, eager to plumb the depths of their knowledge and share with them certain techniques and alchemical processes I had found to yield wondrous and terrifying results. Having learned all I could from my visiting guests, I murdered them as they slept.
What a bastard. What an absolute bastard.
A devil walks these halls. Only the mad or the desperate go in search of him.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We know where he is. We should have 100% trap disarmament. 110%. So going this way kind of just makes sense. If we finish this boss battle and we're in great shape, we'll keep exploring. But otherwise, let's just get there as quickly as possible. In as good a shape as we can be. Trying to think about the boss battle. I think our biggest problem might be that we don't have enough AoE. We're going to be relying on Hugh a lot. We're fighting a gargoyle here. They only have 10 HP, but they have 50% protection. So kind of the best thing you can do
Masterfully
is that.
executed.
Let's check it out. 17 damage. Just a cold 17 damage.
Obliterated.
More damage than our leper.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
You're right, Wayne. My confidence surges. Just keep that torchlight nice and high. I would happily take a secret room. We did not get one. No thank you to the books. Easy choices here. Just keep on walking. And we get a sarcophagi to open. Let's get rid of these two bone nobles quickly. If we can. That did decent damage. And the buff is awesome. 33% damage. Mark ourselves. Hopefully the Bone Commander kind of goes for it.
Continue the onslaught.
And just hits the leper.
Destroy
Perfect.
them all.
Yeah, crush the leper. He'll tank it all day long. And now we're just going to super stack damage on her.
Blossoms.
And with a little bit of blight, now all of a sudden our thrown dagger does more damage. It's really not a lot of blight though.
Unnerved, unbalanced.
We may just want to take this turn to heal. Come on, go for the leper. There we go. And we'll just go for the heal. I don't know if I mentioned last time, but my wife was looking at adopting a cat. And she decided to like spend the day to think about it. And we talked about it a lot, and we kind of agreed that it might be okay. Or that it would be okay. I should say it might be okay, but it would be okay. And
great is the weapon that cuts on
then
its
she just
own.
went back over there and found out that it's been adopted. So that's kind of sad, but you know, if we were that unsure, maybe we weren't meant to have that cat. Four portraits. Alright, we definitely don't need a move stone. Toss that, but we do want portraits. So let's get rid of the onyx. I'm valuing all of our other supplies over a little bit of gold. Oh my god, damn you. Damn you to hell, Shambler. I would prefer the Vestal to be in another position. She can still do great from this spot. But we definitely want the more targeted heals. I'm pretty sure that the Shambler is not unholy. I think it's Eldritch. I could be wrong though. And we already have a lot of stress on our Arbalister. But I think we're going to do it. This is a group that can definitely take this fight. And we still have our firewood.
A star spawned horror.
That's an excellent shuffle. If you have to get a shuffle, that's about as good as you can hope for. Yeah, it is Eldritch, so we were right to kind of make that call, I think. Land as much blight as we can. We need to debuff it as well. It resisted both. Let's mark this thing.
Death waits.
Alright, rough crit.
For the slightest lapse in concentration.
We really needed to land that blight to get the ball rolling on it. And we landed the debuff. If you don't land the debuff, it's so much harder to continuously land it. And then when the time comes for us to do our lunges, not our lunges, our thrown daggers, we want to get that bonus. Okay, super damage versus Mark. Alright, we didn't see it there. Let's see if we can chop down these little boogers. As long as he doesn't shuffle us. Damn it.
Ringing ears.
That was a really bad
Vision.
shuffle. A really
The
bad one.
end approaches.
That should have done way more damage. It does extra damage versus marked and blighted, and it did almost nothing. So that felt pretty bad. I mean, I guess we shuffle here. Alright, that works. As long as he doesn't do it again.
Mortality clarified in a single strike.
2 stacks of blight and lots of bleed. Fearful. Man, a positive resolve check there would have been amazing. That shuffle really wrecked us. Now let's see what we've got. Something positive. Let's do it. Vigorous. We're
Adversity
extremely
can
hurt.
foster hope and resilience.
Okay. Let's get rid of that. Use some of that. Keep the healing going. Stress maybe we can deal with, but man, let's kill this thing. God dang it. What a whiff.
Dazed, reeling.
Alright,
About to
we're in
break.
our original configuration now. Paranoid. 2 negatives and a positive. That's pretty on par for what you should expect.
Such a terrible assault.
Now we're
cannot
on
be left
death's door.
unanswered.
Because we weren't able to kill this guy. Courageous.
A moment of valor shines brightest against
Just
the
don't kill her.
backdrop of despair. Injury and despondence set the stage for heroism
Our healing has been garbage
or
too.
cowardice. Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive. Precision
job.
and power.
Gotta heal her though so she doesn't die. Keep her off of death's door so she can't get one-shotted. Alright, no movement. Oh my god.
Perched at the very precipice of oblivion.
That was not what I meant to do. I thought I was using thrown dagger. Did she like not use her attack? Okay. Stay off of death's door. Gave himself a heal. That's nice. Let's move him forward. Let's move her backwards. And we can deal with this as long as they don't shuffle us again.
A hand's breadth from becoming unwound.
Oh
Another
my
life
god.
wasted in the pursuit of glory.
Our first death.
Gold.
Discretion is the better part of valor. The first of many heroes have given their all in service to you. You have the option of retreating from combat and abandoning this quest to save the others or press onward. The choice is yours.
Exposed to a killing blow.
Damn. I think we can still beat this fight. I don't know if we can beat the boss. In fact, I'm sure we can't. But see how these two look almost identical? That's what I did.
The space
We just
between
could not get our
worlds is
footing in that
no
entire
place
fight.
for mortal men.
The shuffles were just too brutal. And we were never able to just kind of hew and get rid of these clapperjaws. So their buffs are ridiculous. 150% damage.
Annihilated.
And we get that because we have piercing damage on the pick to the face. And we get our
A
items back to
trifling
get the
victory.
ancestral scroll.
But a victory nonetheless.
Pretty powerful. Yeah, and we're gonna have to dump a bunch of stuff. Let's get our items back. And we'll dump the laudanum, I guess. And if we're gonna leave after this, which we may want to, even with 2 positive people, if they were all 3 of them positive, I would say we just fight the boss. Because after camping, we might be able to save them. Maybe we should leave right now. We don't know what's in this. Yeah. Let's abandon the quest.
You cannot learn a thing.
So there was a first
you
for us,
think
guys.
You know.
We got greedy on the Shambler fight. I thought we had a good party for it. Our healing was super weak. We were getting 3s and 4s, no crits, no nothing. We could not, do anything once our leper got shuffled. That was brutal. Let's return to town. But this is more of the true...
I can still see their
God.
angry faces as they stormed the manor. But I was dead before they found me. And the letter was on its way.
So I was going to say, this is more of a true experience, Darkest Dungeon experience than anything else. Now we have heresy in the blood. An excommunicated madman has responded to the growing infestation in kind. Fueled by conviction, he is merciless and plies his trade with extreme prejudice. The fanatic is a roving boss that you can encounter, much like the Shambler, and there he is. He's a badass. Much like the Shambler, or the Bone Collector, I think is what it is, the Bone Collector. Those two guys are kind of like roving bosses that can appear anywhere. He will show up if you have a lot of cursed guys. I think they have to be in the party. I'm not 100% on that. But that was a pretty awful run for us. The Shambler fight is just brutal no matter what. And kind of, you're just hoping to survive it. And why cannot... She's a flagellant. And this guy is, of course, sitting in a penance hall. The caretaker pisses me off so much. Let's see if we can pick up... Nope. So whenever we get a chance, we'll pick up another Arbalister. But for now, I think that's going to be it for today's episode. That's about all my tiny heart can handle. At least I will say we were able to finish the fight and pick up an Ancestors scroll. So another very good healing item. Also, you have to pay attention to the stress skills aspect of this. I think this is mostly like a flagellant item. So if you look at the flagellant, he also has endure. So, you know, he has both actual healing and stress healing. The Houndmaster has the same, but the healing is really only for himself. So I don't think that's all that useful. But I think that he's the only guy that has both stress healing and healing. So certainly a flagellant item. I think the whole idea is you take a bunch of stress on yourself and like give yourself a heart attack. Something like that. And then you kind of fight from death's door at that point. Yeah, you get increased damage if your stress is super high. But anyway, guys, that's going to be it for me today. I am like super stressed out from that. And yeah, I don't know if I'll ever recover. I think I'll never be the same. Give me 1 sec, guys, and I'm going to grab this Knock Knock joke book right here. And let's see if this kind of gives us some levity. This is terrible. This is one of the worst ones. Knock knock. Who's there? Alma. Alma who? Alma not gonna tell you. There you go. I don't feel better. I don't feel better at all. But real quick, another little feature of this game is the graveyard, where we can go and see Clint Champs. It sucks that she died, but seriously, no one even claimed her, which is kind of lame. I hate to see someone die without a name. If you'd like to name some of these female characters and you haven't already, go ahead and give me a name suggestion. We have some good characters in here that just don't have a name. And if no one names them soon, I'll name them myself. And they'll be ridiculously terrible names. So, yeah, feel free to do that. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Once again, my name is Brett. My channel is Goodtalk Gaming. And hopefully you enjoyed today's episode. And as always, y'all, I will see you in the next one. Take care.